In the world of the boys, superheroes are worshipped as modern deities. The public sees a perfectly curated image of flawless, golden saviors descending from the heavens to protect the weak. The reality is much colder. These soups are actually high-priced commodities owned and marketed by Vault International, a ruthless pharmaceutical giant that manages their lives like high-stakes stock portfolios. This illusion of divinity begins to unravel through the eyes of two people, a grieving tech clerk and a disillusioned new recruit, both discovering the truth at the exact same time. When superhuman power is privatized, morality becomes a secondary concern to corporate profit. It creates a society where the people with the power to save us are the ones most likely to let us bleed for a better quarterly report. Huey Campbell's life changes in a heartbeat when the speedster A-Train accidentally runs straight through his girlfriend, Robin. In a split second, Huey is left standing on the sidewalk, traumatized and holding nothing but her severed hands. Meanwhile, Annie January, known as Starlight, finally joins the Seven, the world's premier hero team. But her lifelong dream is instantly corrupted when a veteran member, the Deep, uses his status to sexually assault her during her first hour on the job. These two traumas mirror each other. While Huey suffers the literal physical collateral damage of a soup's recklessness, Starlight experiences a total moral and psychological collapse of the world she believed in. Into Huey's grief steps Billy Butcher, a man who has clearly spent years navigating this darkness. He offers Huey a way to hit back, providing a relentless, unpolished alternative to the shiny corporate facade of the heroes. Corporate icons maintain their status through the quiet compliance of the public. For Huey and Starlight, lensing their faith in these heroes is the first step toward breaking the system's control. Butcher forms a vigilante crew known as the Boys and scores an impossible victory early on. They capture Translucent, a member of the Seven, and prove these gods can be killed by detonating a pipe bomb inside him. But the real threat is Homelander. Beneath the patriotic cape and the manufactured smile is a level of narcissism and psychopathy that Vought struggles to keep behind the curtain. That mask slips entirely when Homelander and Queen Maeve fail to rescue a hijacked airliner. Rather than risk a PR scandal by attempting a difficult rescue, Homelander chooses to abandon the passengers, letting everyone die to preserve his image. The person managing this monster is Madeline Stillwell. She maintains a twisted, intimate influence over Homelander, using his need for approval to push Vaught's primary goal, getting superheroes into the U.S. military. Amidst this escalating war, Huey and Starlight begin a secret romance. It's a genuine connection that complicates the battle, forcing both characters to question if the conflict is truly as simple as humans versus soups. As the boys cross their own moral lines to survive, they find that the heroes they are fighting are actually apathetic gods, more than willing to sacrifice thousands of lives to maintain favorable polling numbers. The boys eventually uncover the secret that holds Vaught's entire empire together, Compound V. It turns out that superheroes aren't born with gifts, they are manufactured in a lab. Vought runs a domestic pipeline of the drug. They secretly distribute Compound V to hospital maternity wards across the country, where they inject infants to ensure they develop abilities. Homelander has expanded this into a rogue global operation. He's been smuggling the serum to international terrorist cells, creating superpowered threats in the most volatile regions of the world. This creates a perfect, self-sustaining loop. By creating supervillains abroad, Homelander generates a threat that forces the U.S. government to militarize Vaught's heroes as the only viable defense. This discovery is personal for Butcher. He believes Homelander assaulted his wife, Becca, 8 years ago, leading to her disappearance and fueling his single-minded obsession with burning Vought to the ground. Vought functions as a defense contractor, running a global arms race fueled entirely by its own proprietary narcotic. By the season's end, the boys are desperate fugitives. Vought has secured its military contract, and Butcher is left with one final, suicidal play to get his revenge. Butcher breaks into Stillwell's home and straps her to a vest of C4 explosives. He's betting his life that Homelander's obsession with Madeline is the only thing that can actually make the soup hesitate. But Homelander has made his own discoveries. He realizes that Stillwell has been lying to him about Becca Butcher's fate for nearly a decade, and he no longer needs her management. Homelander reacts to the betrayal by melting Stillwell's face with his heat vision. In one move, he removes Butcher's only bargaining chip and the only person who held any influence over him. Butcher detonates the explosives anyway, ready to end it all. Instead, he wakes up on a pristine suburban lawn, having been saved from the blast by Homelander for a more psychological torture. He looks up to see Becca is alive. She's been hidden away by Vought for 8 years, secretly raising a son, the child conceived during Homelander's assault. Butcher's attempt to destroy Vought backfired. By killing Stillwell, he severed the last leash holding Homelander back, leaving a volatile god completely unchecked for the war to come in Season 2.